There are so many videos describing different strategies or different resources needed to learn a language, but nobody really ever talks about the qualities that you need to learn a language. This video will describe the most important qualities that you need to have or develop to learn a language, and without these, learning a language is basically impossible. The very first thing that you need to have is passion for your language or love for your language, because without this, it's going to be an extremely long 2 years for you, assuming that it'll take over 2 years to learn language, which it probably will because it's hard as hell. There are 2 reasons that you need to love your language. The first is that you are going to be spending over 2 years learning a language. So preferably you're going to want your time to be spent doing something that you enjoy, not something that's a chore. Second of all, loving your language will encourage you to spend more time with it and you'll get better faster. Secondly, you need to be disciplined, especially if you're studying on your own. Let's say you're taking a course and you never do your homework. Do you expect to learn much? I know I wouldn't. I mean, don't get me wrong, some people are really good at school, but if you don't practice a skill, you can't expect to get good at it. Now, for those studying alone, you need a ton more discipline for this. It is amazing if you're able to learn a language without grades, monetary incentive, or parental approval. If this is you, here's a gold star. Keep it up, you deserve it. In my opinion, an underrated quality in language learners is creativity. And let me prove my point. So I want you to describe the verb to tackle without using the word hug because you don't know it. Wow, that voice crack. Because the hit that okay, so I just need to go back and tell a story. So basically, I was talking with my friend from Rio. He asked me what this word to tackle was, and I was like, okay, let me describe it to him. I tried to describe it in Portuguese, but I didn't know the word to hug because I wanted to say it's like when you hug somebody and then fall down with them, because that's kind of what a tackle is. But I didn't know the word to hug, so it was very difficult for me. And I couldn't use the word to hit because to hit is like wapa, you know, that's you don't wapa somebody when you tackle them. They're completely different. I had to be extremely creative and I explained it probably pretty terribly, so he looked up the word on Google Translate and everybody was happy. But you know, my point still stands. Like, because you need to do this so frequently, like you're gonna have to be creative. Anyways, back to the script. Now imagine doing this for every single word that you don't know in a foreign language. And by the way, the word for this process is called circumlocution. I learned that just recently, so there you go. Now you get to sound smart in front of all your friends. It's just funny to me to see how people describe words that they don't know in a foreign language. It's just interesting to see how they start to define it using only a certain set of words. I think it's pretty funny. Another way language learners are creative is through the way that they obtain knowledge. Not only can they come up with wacky ways to study their language, but also finding resources can be quite difficult. So figuring out how to access those can be a journey. Committedness seems to be, I sound like a freaking like stuck up ass when I say committedness, because I don't want to say committedness because that sounds weird and you don't know what I'm talking about. Anyways, rant. Committedness is also something that I see a lot in language learners, and it's very admirable that people are able to stick with a task for so long, like not just months, but years. And I think it's just very cool to see. Also, I have noticed that people who speak more than one language tend to be more open-minded than those who only speak one. This is not an attack on you saying, oh, you only speak one language, you must be closed-minded. No, I'm just saying there's just seems to be a general trend. I have no data to back it up, nothing to prove it, but that's just something that I seem to feel like. That's the vibe. That's just like kind of the aura they give off. And finally, something that I notice is that language learners tend to be the hottest people on the planet. I mean, look at this guy. Who would not want to be him? I would give a lot to look like this guy. By the way, he's Language Simp. Check him out. He's actually pretty funny. That's it for this dumb video. Why'd I make it? Because I have a deadline. Next video will be better, but I just thought I'd talk about qualities because nobody ever talks about this. So I hope you'd enjoyed. I kind of like waving my microphone around like this. Anyways, have a great day, and you should check out some of my other videos because I think those ones are better. Anyways, ciao. Thank you for watching. Bye.